morning everyone, it's Megan, and I know I look really tired and sort of crazy, but I'm getting ready in the morning and I thought I would film this video because I wanted to do some back to school looks, and today will be the first. I think I'm gonna have either 2 or 3, and today I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Silent Treatment palette, which I absolutely love. These have a little bit more darker shades, and then the other palette, Walking on Eggshells, that I'm going to do a tutorial on, has lighter shades. So depending on your style or how you feel that day going to school, you can either do a darker or a lighter look. So today I'm going to do the darker look because that's how I feel today to do. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm using almost completely drugstore products. The only more high-end products are my Laura Mercier concealer and my Physicians Formula Healthy Wear foundation. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is because it's like pretty hard to find. It's only at Ulta's website and Physicians Formula website and some other random stores if you can find it. But my suggestion with these, like for concealer and foundation, is just use the ones that you really love and that you feel most comfortable with. Because if you go to school and I don't know, you're like trying out different things that people have been recommending, you might not like how it looks throughout the day. I know that these two I really like, so hopefully you have some that you really love, and maybe they're from the drugstore, maybe they're not, but use whatever you love, and these are the ones I'm going to be using, but everything else is very easily accessible and from the drugstore, so I hope you guys enjoy this. So first I'm going to be putting down my NYX HD eye base, and what I found with this is that you just need like a really little amount, and for me that is what works best. So I'm just going to slap that on my eyelids and work it all the way across my lid and under my eye. Since I have really oily eyelids, even though we're using a cream shadow as a base, this helps it from creasing. So I'm going to be using the Essence Stay All Day Cream Eyeshadow in Glammy Goes To. And this is just a really pretty like taupey champagne color. And these aren't as creamy as other cream eyeshadows that you might have worked with, but they are just gorgeous and they really do last a very long time, especially in comparison to other cream eyeshadows. So I'm just working this across my lid and into my crease and even into the tear duct a little bit. Now I'm going to move on to the Silent Treatment palette, and it does come with 2 little brushes which you could use if you don't have like other brushes, but I'm using an e.l.f. $1 brush, and this is their professional eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to take this bottom shade here, which says Eyelid, and this shade is very close to Satin Taupe by MAC. So I'm just going to put this all over my lid and into my crease. How you apply your eyeshadow may be different than me because I have pretty like low eyebrows, so I don't have that much space between my lid and my brow, so I have to work my shadow out instead of up for like doing blending and stuff like that, so then it just doesn't look like I didn't wear any makeup at all. So I'm going to blend this outwards using another e.l.f. brush. This is a blending eye brush, and this is also $1. So I might even get a little more of that on the brush and just work out. Okay, so also using my blending brush, I'm going to go into this pinkish brow bone shade, but I'm not going to use it directly on my brow bone. I'm going to use it basically around the shade to sort of warm it up a little bit. As for my brow bone shade, I'm going to use my Maybelline eyeshadow in Linen, which is just a matte cream color. And I think a matte brow bone shade helps balance everything out, especially with all of these shimmery eyeshadows that we're using. Now I'm going to use my Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer in Noir, which is just a black, and these are like twist up ones. I'm going to do my signature eyeliner, and then I'm going to go over it with this brown shade here. So now that I have that down, I'm going to take this brown shade. I have a Urban Decay little smudgy brush, but you could even use, I'll just use one of these brushes actually. So I'm going to use the sponge tip applicator and get a little bit on the tip of it. And then I'm just going over the eyeliner. Moving on to mascara, I'm going to use my Almay Get Up and Grow mascara, which isn't like the cheapest as far as mascaras go. If you want a really, really affordable mascara, I would direct you to the Maybelline Great Lash Big Mascara. Absolutely amazing. This one and the Maybelline one are my two all-time favorites. So if you're on a tighter budget, I would direct you towards the Maybelline Great Lash. But I love this one, so this is the one I will be using. Now if you are super comfortable with your skin, you can stop here. Some days I will just do my eyes and that's about it, but today I'm going to do a little bit more. And first I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer in SC2, and I'm using my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, which I have found make a beautiful pairing. And I have scarring around my chin, so I'm going to use it primarily here and then anywhere else that I feel I need a little bit more. But this concealer, I would not recommend this for covering blemishes. I would say if you have like hyperpigmentation or if you have like surface scars like I do down here, even like acne scars, I recommend it, but not for anything like a raised pimple or even like a pimple that's a little bit dry, because this will dry it out and just make it look worse. So if it's like a surface thing, I would recommend this for that. So I'm just swirling the brush into the product and then going directly to the areas and blending it in. I'm going to take my e.l.f. High Definition Powder over those areas that I concealed. I'm going to use the powder puff that it came with. Ooh. Whoa, got like a ton in there. You don't need that much, but just swirl your puff around in it. And then just press it into those areas in which you concealed. And I find that this makes it stay around longer, and this powder doesn't make it look cakey or anything. Like, it's basically undetectable, which is great. And it's okay if you get like a little bit of the powder that like doesn't like sink in, because we're just going to take a e.l.f. Kabuki brush and just blend that out. Now I said that I was going to use my Physicians Formula foundation, but I realized that I don't really want it today. I'm going to be outside a lot, so I don't want a ton of things on my face. But I've been doing this a little bit recently. Instead of foundation, I've been using bronzer, and this is the NYC Sun and Bronze Bronzing Powder in Hampton's Radiance. And this has like 3 different colors, and it's like segmented, and it's just a great product. You can buy it at like any drugstore or grocery store, and it's I think it's cheaper than $5. So it's really awesome. I love this, especially for us fair-skinned girls. And so I'm just going to take my kabuki, get it on there, sort of like swirl it on the back of my hand, because like if you just tap it in there, it can be sort of like stripey. But I'm just going to put this like on my cheeks, up my temples. I'm basically going to put it everywhere, but I'm concentrating on these areas. So this sort of like doubles as foundation on like my cheeks and stuff. So don't forget to bring it down your neck. And a little bit more. And that's pretty much it for that. Now I'm also going to use my kabuki brush, and I'm taking a hair tie, which I wrapped around it, and I'm pushing the hair tie up the bristles to make it denser. I do this all the time for foundation, but today I'm going to be using it with my e.l.f. blush in Candid Coral. So I know everyone's budget is different, and if you can't afford having a million different brushes for different purposes, I would say get a kabuki brush, because you can use it for foundation, you can use it for powder, you can use it for blush, you can use it for bronzer. You can just use it for almost everything except for like eye things, but if you find a way to use a kabuki brush for eye things, please let me know. So I have just like put the hair tie up around the top, and I'm getting the blush in here. I'm getting the brush on the bristles, and then I'm tapping it off, because this does make it pretty dense and you don't want an insane amount of blush on your cheeks. But this is a pretty feel-safe blush, and it's a gorgeous color. It's not extremely pigmented that you would like apply too much on the first go around, but it's just wonderful. I love it. It's like my all-time favorite. So I'm just going to apply this basically to like my cheekbones and a little bit up front. I realized that that's where it looks best on me. And then you can take the kabuki brush again and just like go over everything. For under eye concealer, I have two drugstore favorites. The first is the Almay Wake Up Under Eye Concealer, which is more of a concealer that actually covers your dark circles if you have them, or any like under eye problems that you might have. So this is a good option. And I also have the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Concealer, which is very, very light concealer, but it's extremely brightening. So I'm going to be using this today. I use the Almay Wake Up Concealer a lot, but I've recently really enjoyed using this. So one of those clip up, whoa, it just like squirted out. Okay, it's one of those click up ones, and I'm just going to apply this right in this area. And I'm just gonna blend it out by patting my finger on it. And I'm doing sort of like a triangle or a V. For eyebrows, I'm using my L'Oreal Hip Duo in Shady. I'm going to use the darker side. Unfortunately, I don't have a drugstore or like really affordable eyebrow brush. I'm using my Sephora double-ended brow brush. But if you have like an angled brush and like a spoolie, you could use that. Fortunately, I don't have a spoolie other than this. Sorry about like the bugs or birds or whatever are making that noise. So for lips, I have 4 different options. I have 2 of the, what are these called? e.l.f. Luscious Liquid Lipsticks, which I love. These are like a lip gloss consistency, but they have more pigmentation than a lip gloss. And then I also have my beloved Maybelline Baby Lips. I have this one in Peach Kiss and this is in Pink Punch. And I think I'm going to go with the Luscious Liquid Lipstick in Ruby Slippers. These just have like the best consistency. They sort of have a minty smell. To me, this just gives like the perfect shade and I just love that. But I'll probably put one of these in my pocket for use throughout the day, because even if I use like a lipstick or like a lip gloss or something in the morning when I'm getting ready, I like really don't apply that throughout the day. So I always have a chapstick or one of these baby lips in my pocket and in my purse and like anywhere I'll be, because these are just awesome. And I would so recommend picking these up for like your backpack and stuff, because I know that if I forget to put a chapstick in my pocket, I'll need one throughout like the school day or like even when I'm at work and stuff. And so to have one in your backpack is just a lifesaver. So I really recommend these. You guys know that I love these Maybelline Baby Lips, but I would really recommend them, especially for back to school. So this is the final look. I really like it. It's something that I would wear on a typical everyday basis for school, and even though the eye is like a little bit smokier than maybe some of you want, I will be doing the lighter eye tutorial soon, and this is just my personal take on a back to school look, and it's using almost completely drugstore products except for the concealer, like I said. But I hope that this was helpful to you guys, and if you have tutorials or any suggestions on what you would do for your back to school look, leave a video response or a comment or anything like that, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!